From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kayla Cockrell with today's Free Press Voice Briefing. It's Monday, October 23rd, 2023. A prominent Detroit synagogue board president was found stabbed to death early Saturday outside her home. Police have yet to identify a motive or a suspect in her killing. Samantha Wall, 40, was found outside her home in a neighborhood east of downtown Detroit. She was the board president of the Isaac Agree Downtown Synagogue. She worked for Democratic U.S. Rep. Alyssa Slotkin and was on the re-election campaign of Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel, also a Democrat. Religious leaders and public officials decried the killing. The American Jewish Committee said it was heartbroken at the news, calling her a ray of sunlight to all who knew her and a passionate Muslim-Jewish bridge builder. Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan recalled meeting with Wall during a dedication of a renovated synagogue, a project he said she led with great pride and enthusiasm. U.S. Rep. Rashida Tlaib, who is Palestinian American and Muslim and represents Detroit, posted on Facebook, "My friend and member of our organizing community, Sam Wool, was murdered. I have no words. She always had a sweet smile to offer and the warmest of eyes to greet you. Our community is devastated and we are shocked. Please keep our family and our community in your prayers." Detroit police offered no clarity about the motive behind the killing by the end of the day, but Chief James White said Saturday night that the department was continuing to investigate. In other news, the Detroit Audubon Society is changing its name in response to national controversy over the namesake John James Audubon's involvement in promotion of slavery during his lifetime. The Detroit chapter recently announced its new organization name, along with other chapters throughout the Midwest, also affiliated with the National Audubon Society. The Detroit Audubon will adopt the name Detroit Bird Alliance. Chicago Audubon Society will adopt Chicago Bird Alliance, and Madison Audubon will adopt Badgerland Bird Alliance, according to the news release from the Detroit chapter. The three organizations desire a more inclusive name to create unity and collaboration amongst the bird community following the national organization's decision to retain the current name, despite research showing that the 19th century naturalist was a racist who kept slaves and was an anti-abolitionist.
I'm Andrew Burkle with the Free Press Sports Department. And coming into Sunday's game with the Baltimore Ravens, no one had more momentum in the entire NFL than your Detroit Lions. Well, that all came to a screeching halt as the Lions were blown off the field in Baltimore, losing 38-6. In so many ways, how this game played out made no sense. The Lions had won 4 straight games, all by double digits. And that's not even including their win against the Kansas City Chiefs in the season opener. Their lone loss? A complete shootout with the Seattle Seahawks, a team that has had their number. Certainly excusable, especially with how they played in the next 4 games after. But from the get-go against the Ravens, it was painfully clear the Lions had nothing that was gonna work. The first 3 times the Lions got the ball, they failed to get a first down. The first 4 times for Baltimore all resulted in touchdowns. At that point, it was simply game over. Honestly, the entire game was just bizarre and inexplicable, especially based on recent trends. Much like the Lions' painful blowout loss last year to the Carolina Panthers, and that ultimately cost them a chance in the postseason. But let's not be prisoners of the moment. The Lions have done way too much good this season to let one loss, albeit a terrible one, ruin their season. And at the end of the day, you knew something like this was coming. Sure, you didn't think it would look this bad, but adversity was gonna hit this team. They weren't going to finish 16-1. Now it's all about putting that loss behind them and reminding everyone who they really are. And what better stage than against the Las Vegas Raiders on Monday Night Football.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com.